covering every county. This is your statewide newscast, Arkansas Today.
Good afternoon, I'm Mallory Brooks. Thanks for watching Arkansas Today on this Monday afternoon. Key testimony is set to happen in the impeachment inquiry in Washington this week, starting today. Lawmakers are digging into whether the Trump administration pressured Ukraine to investigate Joe Biden. Tracy Potts is on Capitol Hill with who's talking and what they're expected to say.
Fiona Hill is set to testify today. Until August, she was President Trump's top advisor on Russia and Europe. A source familiar with her testimony tells NBC she'll tell Congress that President Trump's lawyer, Rudy Giuliani, and European Ambassador Gordon Sondland went around the National Security Council to create their own policy. They're accused of pressuring Ukraine to investigate Joe Biden and his son, Hunter.
I want to know how much they went outside of the circles of proper diplomatic rails to do this investigation.
Text messages suggest promises of a White House visit and President Trump threatening to withhold aid in a phone call with Ukraine's leader.
There was no quid pro quo in the phone conversation.
That's what Sondland said in a text, but a source tells us this Thursday Sondland will testify that he was just repeating President Trump and had no knowledge of his own why aid was withheld.
I'm looking forward to hearing what he has to say.
At least 2 other officials are set to testify this week, despite a White House lawyer insisting the administration will not cooperate. Tracy Potts, NBC News, Washington.
Tracy, thank you. It is flu season, and as it turns out, the virus does get stronger during the winter. That's according to Dr. Randy Conover, a family physician in Centerton. He says the flu virus lives for about an hour when it's warm, but it lasts nearly a day if it's cold. The virus itself has an outer layer that hardens in the cold weather and makes it less likely to die.
They've even done studies with gigs. The easier passed around.
He says those of us who are 65 or older and have high blood pressure, cholesterol, or diabetes have a higher chance of a heart attack if they get the flu, 6 times higher to be exact. Jonesboro and Truman police have arrested 3 people and suspected of 3 armed robberies in Truman and Jonesboro. Police arrested 26-year-old Tristan Shelley, 21-year-old Anna Scheller, and 18-year-old Colin G. Benson. According to a report, the suspects pulled up to people, flashed a gun, and demanded their cell phones. They were arrested later after a traffic stop. All 3 are being held at the Poinsett County Detention Center. A Washington County woman has been ordered to stop helping an attorney indicted in a multi-state illegal adoption scheme. On Friday, the injunction was filed against Megan Wolf in connection with her employer, attorney Paul Peterson, who is facing charges, dozens of federal charges, that is. It demands she stop practicing law as she is not a licensed attorney. Wolf has not been charged with any crime, but is listed in a lawsuit filed on behalf of 13 adoptive families in Arkansas for her role in the scheme. And a reminder, an email address has now been created to help any families that have been affected by Paul Peterson's arrest connected with the United States Attorney's Office. Dak Keys, the U.S. Attorney for the Western District of Arkansas, made the announcement over the weekend. He's encouraging anyone who is involved in ongoing adoption proceedings with Peterson to contact the email address that we have on our screen and on our website as well. The first ever Pridefest happened this weekend in Jonesboro. Hundreds of people showed up for Pridefest in downtown at Centennial Plaza. The festival was put on by the Northeast Arkansas Pride Organization. A volunteer says she stands with other parents of the LGBTQ community to end violence.
One reason we wanted to be here today is because marginalized groups in our community are more at risk for violence, and specifically gun violence. So we wanted to stand together and say that we're here to disarm hate and that we're here to end gun violence together.
Family, friends, and supporters were catered to with free music, food, games, and love. Hundreds gathered to raise money for the Single Parent Scholarship Fund of Northwest Arkansas. Oktoberfest aims to help fund scholarships for low-income single parents to create brighter futures through education. Like a traditional tournament, 4-person teams played 18 holes with a shotgun start. But win or lose, all the golfers walked away with a goodie bag, t-shirt, and the satisfaction of knowing they helped the Northwest Arkansas community. Fayetteville police are out today collecting gently used clothes to give back to kids in need. It's for the annual Cops and Coats for Kids event. For the past 3 years, officers have set up outside of Walmart accepting coats, hats, and gloves from people. All donations will be given to children affiliated with the Boys and Girls Club, Fayetteville Public Schools, CASA, and LifeSource.
There are a lot of people in need. I think a lot of us, we're not as in need as we think we are, and it's not something that comes to the forefront of our mind, but there are a lot of people in our community who do need us, and this is just one way to help give back.
It's not too late to donate. You can drop off the clothes at the police station this week. Let's take a look back on this day in history. On this day in 1912, President Theodore Roosevelt was shot in the chest while campaigning for his presidency. Despite the wound, he continued with his speech. On this day in 1947, Chuck Yeager becomes the first test pilot to break the sound barrier as he flew his plane over a lake in California. And today is Columbus Day in history. It's also National Dessert Day. So happy Columbus Day and happy dessert.